Good morning and welcome to the State of the Airport 2024. The Department of Aviation owns and operates both Philadelphia International Airport and Northeast Philadelphia Airport. For those among you I've not had the pleasure to meet, I am Atif Saeed, Chief Executive Officer of the City of Philadelphia's Department of Aviation. Thank you all for joining us today. We are here today because it is a pivotal moment for our airport system's future. Together with our many partners, we have emerged from the pandemic stronger than ever. Our theme today is Recap, Renew, and Reimagine. We want to recap amazing progress we have made, discuss how we are going to renew our airport's guest experiences with new programs and upgrades, and share how we are reimagining Philadelphia International Airport and Northeast Philadelphia Airport for the future. Our progress would not be possible without the support of our partners, many of whom are represented here today. Members of Philadelphia City Council for their support of airport-related legislation enabling airport growth. Officials from Delaware County, Tinicum Township, and our neighboring communities who are important stakeholders. State legislators who advocate on our behalf in Harrisburg, ensuring that we receive our fair share of funding. Members of Congress from across our region who have helped bring critical funding to PHL and P&E, represented here today by their staff. Members of the Airport Advisory Board who lend their time and expertise. Our business partners, including the various chambers of commerce, and our union partners, among many, many others who support our airport system. A critical component of our airport progress is promoting and securing new air service and routes. I would like to thank our many tourism, global, and trade partners, including Philadelphia Convention and Visitor Bureau, Visit Philly, the World Affairs Council, and Global Philadelphia for promoting these flights. I especially want to thank Greg Karen and his leadership team at the Philadelphia Convention and Visitor Bureau who helped us organize today's event, and the Pennsylvania Convention Center for hosting us here, led by John McNichol. There is a tremendous airport community of partners that keep our airports operating who are represented here today. Our airline partners, Marketplace PHL and the merchants who are part of our concessions program, the business contractors who are part of our airport system, our federal partners including FAA, TSA, CDC, and US Customs and Border Protection. These business partners employ over 16,000 team members that are responsible for creating guest experience at our airports every day. And lastly, the employees of the Department of Aviation, over 700 dedicated city employees who help run our airports. I'm extremely grateful for the dedication to keep our airports safe and deliver exceptional guest experiences. We're proud of the diversity at every level in our workforce. We have made important strides in our talent management. This includes innovative recruitment and hiring program, career development, retraining, internships, and apprenticeships. Most importantly, I would like to thank Mayor Cherelle Parker, Chief of Staff Tiffany Thurman, and the rest of the City of Philadelphia leadership team who have shown tremendous support for the Department of Aviation since day one. Mayor Parker and my colleagues in the cabinet have shown that we can work together through multi-departmental initiatives to tackle extraordinary challenges in a manner that has a lasting impact on our communities. I continue to be impressed by the willingness of our administration to break through barriers, remove obstacles, and just get things done. Now it is my honor to introduce Philadelphia's 100th mayor and Philadelphia's first female mayor who has pledged to make Philadelphia the safest, cleanest, and greenest big city with economic opportunity for all. My boss, our leader, the Honorable Cherelle Parker.
Let me just start by saying hello to each of you. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. Atif, your district council representative and the president of our City Council of Philadelphia, we've been comparing notes about how the airport has been moving along. And we are more than well on our way with your leadership and your amazing team. So we have Atif, we have Nate is here, Executive Vice President for American Airlines. Nate, we love you, we need you, grow, 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 more direct flights. American Airlines is ours. Give American Airlines a huge round of applause. Obra Kanoto continues to tell me what to do on a daily basis. All of our elected officials who are present, please stand. Local, state, and federal officials who are present, please stand. If I start calling names, I'm going to miss somebody, but you know our president is here, our majority leader in council is here, chair of our transportation committee in the Philadelphia delegation in the Pennsylvania House is here, and all of our council members, and there were some Delaware County officials here. And that, when you just saw me ask all of the officials to come forward, I was very intentional, because it's important that you know that Philadelphia alone, right? Philadelphia alone, we cannot secure every resource that we need in order to help and propel our airport forward. We have to use this thing, Mr. President, that you people laughed at me, you know, about when I said it a couple of years ago. I was talking about the importance of intergovernmental cooperation and collaboration, and people were saying, well, you know, what does that mean? And yeah, that's not significant, but if Bucks, Chester, Delaware, Montco, and Philadelphia come together, there is nothing we can't do, nothing. So I want to say that it is great to be here as we highlight the recent successes of the Philadelphia International and Northeast Philadelphia airports, and we do look forward to what you will do today, tomorrow, 2026, and beyond. And he just left out. But will all of the Pennsylvania Convention Center staff who is present in the room, aside from the people in the back who are technically making us work, if we have any execs from the Convention Center in the room, stand up, please. Thank you. John McNichol, you and your team, you exceed our expectations at all times, and we want you to know that we are grateful. Atif, you started by affirming a pledge that I made to the people of the city of Philadelphia when I asked them to give me the honor and the privilege of leading them. I told them that I would do my best to make Philadelphia the safest, cleanest, greenest big city in the nation, with access to economic opportunity for all. And the Philadelphia International Airport is a major contributor to this vision. Now, I want to just take you back to a few months into my tenure when I was joined by our senior senator, Bob Casey, and Representative Congresswoman Mary Gay Scanlon, and we helped announce the allocation of nearly $20.5 million in bipartisan infrastructure funding to our Philadelphia International Airport, courtesy of the Biden-Harris administration. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you so very much. It's not what you say, it's what you do that matters to me. And just as a FYI, this mayor doesn't take a picture with the big check until the little check has cleared the bank. I don't care what branch of government it comes from. These investments underscore our commitment to PHL for its significance, and not only as a vital gateway to the region and the world, but, and Atif, I was happy to see you go through this in your opening, but as a major growth and economic engine for our community, our Commonwealth overall, and quite frankly, the tri-state region. And the airport uses, and this is important to affirm as well, and the finance folks here from the city, they are saying, yes, this is true. People need to know that our airport uses no local tax dollars for any of it. Give that a huge round of applause. No local tax dollars. It is self-sufficient. It is supported by passenger fees and investments from our business partners, including our airlines, Nate, which is why I'm always going to be here to do any and everything that I can to see American Airlines succeed. Now, you're going to see the importance of our airports to our community in multiple presentations on today. For example, investments to our cargo facilities to support the growing life sciences industry, especially an increase in what I learned is called cold storage, which is needed for biomed and pharmaceutical development. Investments in infrastructure, they're raising the bar for sustainability. Sincere is somewhere saying, did she say sustainability? Yes. They're raising the bar for sustainability while they create thousands of new jobs for our construction industry. It also increases in new flights and destinations, and we are welcoming more visitors to our city, which in essence fuels more tourism dollars and businesses to attraction and restaurants and neighborhoods, not just here in Center City, but across the city of Philadelphia. So this distinction of Philadelphia being open for business, and that's what we committed to. We would be open for business. It holds us particular significance in our city, especially now. Why? In just 2 years, Philadelphia will be on the global stage for several monumental events. PHL is going to be the front door that welcomes the millions of visitors who will be coming to attend these events. Now, our vision for One Philly, it is actually going to be on display for the world to see. How? In 2026, you know, Philadelphia will be the proud host of America's 250th anniversary celebration, the birthplace of democracy, right here in our city. There's no other city in the nation that gets the opportunity to bear witness to that historical distinction the way we do. We're also going to host Major League Baseball's All-Star Game and the FIFA World Cup and many more exciting events. Why is that significant to mention to each of you on today? Because our airports will be the initial welcome to our city for many guests that are coming to enjoy these events. And that presents a great opportunity for us to create experiences within our airports that will showcase our One Philly First history, our attractions, and our experiences, all of which make Philadelphia, quite frankly, pretty famous on the global stage. Now, what will it require in order to get it done? Extensive planning and preparation. Right now, Michael Newman's, Giselle is here, Visit Philly, Convention Center and Visitors Bureau. They are working extremely hard right now, even while the Department of Aviation team continues to work diligently on efforts to boost the airport's post-pandemic recovery, renew the airport's environment, and improve customer experience airport-wide. So whether you travel or not, our airports have a wide-reaching impact on all of us, individuals, businesses, and the entire city. When our airport succeeds, we do as well. I'm not sure how many people look at it like that. Well, I don't fly, I stay home, or I drive by car. When our Philadelphia International Airport, when it succeeds, so do we. I want you all to enjoy this event, the presentation, and I want you to know, Atif, those bathrooms are better. That airport is looking amazing. For all of the chamber folks who were here, I think it was February, Atif, we were here, Mr. President, for the chamber luncheon. And I was like, you all got to get those bathrooms together. They've done just that in the experience. It has more than improved, and I want you to know, Philly, we have only just begun. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mayor Parker. It is truly an honor to be part of your energizing team. Now, I would like to invite our Council President, Kenyatta Johnson, who also represents the 2nd District, home to Philadelphia International Airport. Council President Johnson.
So the mayor has an extremely busy schedule, and so I just want to say, and I'll say this publicly, and we're friends beyond the work that we do politically. Let's give our mayor a real big round of applause for her hard work, your dedication. Very, very proud of you. You keep up the good work, okay? Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Baptist. I'm good with call and response. Good morning, everyone. That's much better. I thought today we're celebrating the state of our airport, and it's truly an honor and a privilege to be here. As mentioned, I'm City Council President Kenyatta Johnson, that represents the 2nd Councilmanic District. As the district councilman, I represent the Flyers, the Sixers, the Phillies, the Eagles, the Navy Yard, most importantly, the airport, as well as Philiport here in the city of Philadelphia, and I represent, most importantly, the economic engine here in the city of Philadelphia. I'm going to take a moment to acknowledge Atif, Saeed, as well as also Shane Dow. Could we give them a round of applause for their leadership and making sure we continue to move the Philadelphia International Airport forward. And I also like to remind individuals from the airport when I talk to them, especially Shane, that he knows separate from me being the council president and also district council person, I'm also a frequent flyer. And so as a civilian, me and my family, day in and day out, month after month, have that opportunity to travel throughout this country and using Philadelphia International Airport as the gateway to how we enjoy ourselves. And so it's truly an honor and a privilege to be here in both capacities. I also just want to acknowledge my chairperson of transportation, that's Councilman Mike Driscoll. Can we give him a round of applause for his hard work and his dedication? I thank him, and I know when I start getting into calling out names, but I also want to acknowledge in leadership, we all work together as a team in City Council. Councilman Kathleen Gilmore Richardson, I want to thank her for being here as well. As well as Councilwoman Nina Ahmad, newly elected to City Council, has hit the ground running. But also, we're in the district of my little big sister, State Representative Regina Young. Let's give her a round of applause. We have the chairperson of transportation in the state, and so we have a significant amount of money in the city of Philadelphia, but we don't have the same type of purse strings that they have on the state level. So to my good friend, Ed Nielsen, Chair of Transportation, give him a round of applause as well. And I also acknowledge Mr. State Representative Hornstein, give him a round of applause as well. So listen, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the individuals who I think are working toward moving on the Philadelphia International Airport forward and having the opportunity to not only serve as the council president, but also formerly served as the chairperson of transportation. I've always recognized the critical importance role that the Philadelphia International Airport has played in terms of Philadelphia being an economic hub here in the city of Philadelphia. And so to all of the staff, thank you for your hard work and your dedication. But for me, I think what's very special in terms of the work that I have the opportunity to participate in is the Airport Concessions and Disadvantaged Businesses Enterprise Program, better known as the ACDBE program. And this is a program that champions in making sure that Black and brown and women-owned businesses have the opportunity to participate in the economic growth and development that the Philadelphia International Airport is doing. I want to ask all of you to give the Philadelphia International Airport Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion team a round of applause for the diversity and inclusion goals, right? They are the standard and they are the model that shows that everybody should have the opportunity to have a seat at the table, and those who are doing the work at the airport should reflect the population and the demographics of those who live in the city of Philadelphia. But also, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Nate Gatten from American Airlines, who has invested close to $1 billion in capital investment in the Philadelphia International Airport. Now, I don't see everybody out there clapping. I'm going to say it again. close to $1 billion in capital investment in the Philadelphia International Airport. And I just want to say to American Airlines, I just want to thank you because I know you had to make a tough decision based upon your capital investment. And that was based upon, as a city council president, I'm a strong advocate around investing in black and brown labor leaders, right? And supporting black and brown workers at the Philadelphia International Airport. And this particular union stayed on the front line and negotiated with the airport workers under SEIU and came up to make sure that we supported legislation for every worker in the Philadelphia International Airport receiving $15 an hour, but most importantly, health care. And that wasn't an easy feat, right? But you came back and said, you know what? We're still committed to the city of Philadelphia. We're still going to invest close to $1 billion into American Airlines. We want you to know that we appreciate you. We will never forget it. We will continue advocating and thanking you for investing in Philadelphia International Airport. So Nate, again, thank you. You keep up the good work, and I'm proud to have this opportunity to participate in the state of the Philadelphia International Airport. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Council President Johnson. We are grateful to have a new lease agreement, as mentioned earlier, with our airline partners signed in 2023 and approved by the City Council, which provides an additional $935 million in capital investments over the next several years, bringing the total capital commitment by the airlines to $1.8 billion. Our largest partner and largest employer is American Airlines, accounting for almost 2/3 of all passenger traffic. Folks, there is a strong correlation between passenger traffic and economic impact an airport system creates. We are fortunate to be a transatlantic gateway for the biggest airline in the world right here in Philadelphia. As a gateway, passengers across North America connect through Philadelphia on their way to domestic and international destinations. Each flight adds to our passenger volume. American Airlines team works hand in hand with the Department of Aviation, and their contribution to the airport and the region are immense. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce today's keynote speaker, Nate Gatten, Executive Vice President for American Airlines, who will share more about American Airlines' commitment to Philadelphia and what is in store for the future. Please enjoy this brief video as Nate comes up the stage. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's great to be here. I just mentioned to Atif my main lament so far is I have to follow Mayor Parker and President Johnson in speaking. You see why they're such great leaders, such good partners for us to work with. And I do want to acknowledge them, and as well as Atif for his leadership. You can see the kind of event that he's been able to put together here today. We're grateful for the work that he's doing, along with his leadership team, to keep Philadelphia in mind for travelers and for companies. And maybe just one further note on Atif. In our business, we get to work with a lot of airport CEOs. And I want all the policymakers here, especially, and elected officials here, to know how fortunate you are to have his leadership at the airport. So with that said, we're running just a minute or two behind, so sit back. We're going to try to make up some time in the air. In 1945, Philadelphia Municipal Airport became Philadelphia International Airport when American Overseas Airlines inaugurated transatlantic service. The partnership between American and Philadelphia has been strong since that time. 40 years later, of course, U.S. Airways established a hub in Philadelphia, putting the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection on the map as a major gateway for travelers in the Northeast. Through mergers and through a global pandemic, the strength of our partnership has always been evident. One of my most meaningful personal experiences with the airport came in 2021 when the Civil Reserve Air Fleet, or CRAF as it's known, was activated to bring Afghan refugees to the United States. When Philadelphia was named as a second entry point for evacuees, American and the airport quickly mobilized to transform portions of Terminal A West and the Terminal A East baggage claim into relief areas for those waiting to be vetted and screened for entry into the United States. And the spirit of that partnership has been on display ever since. And I'm grateful to have the chance to reiterate today Americans' unwavering commitment to Philadelphia and to the airport. PHL is a key artery in our Northeast operation. In a metro area with a population of 5.8 million people, American carried over 3 times that many, or 16 million passengers, through the airport in 2023. And as Atif is going to show you, the numbers have just gone up from there. Our service, as he mentioned, accounted for about 61% of all the commercial passenger traffic. We operate 340 flights here to more than 110 destinations in 24 countries. And each year, as the mayor mentioned, our Philly cargo team handles an average of 79 million pounds of freight. That was the cold storage facility that she mentioned. In our maintenance hangar, our tech ops teams work on an average of 33 aircraft each night. American runs a massive operation overall, globally, with more than 6,000 daily flights from a wide range of airports, both domestic and international. Among the hundreds of airports where we operate, PHL is one of the select few to be designated as a hub airport. And we're proud that it boasts that distinction. Hubs, or connection factories, as we call them, are massively beneficial to a city. As one airport director has said, there's 2 kinds of cities in the United States, those that have hub airports and those that wish that they had hub airports. In order to create that connection factory, we need to provide far more air service than would be required from local demand alone. In Philadelphia, as I mentioned, about half of the passengers American serves are connecting passengers. That is, they are neither originating from nor are they ultimately destined for your city. All of this extra service makes Philly an even more attractive place for the business community. When a business is considering where to expand its footprint or maybe open a headquarters, air service and connectivity to other markets is a huge advantage. American's presence at PHL provides businesses with outsized, nonstop access to Europe and to various domestic cities across the country. 2-day business trips with connections are made easier for business travelers with direct air service to other major metropolitan areas. So as Mayor Parker continues her hard work to bring new businesses to the area, she can use Americans' robust connectivity to help assure them that Philadelphia is the place that they want to be. Second, all of that traffic is labor intensive. Connection factories simply mean more jobs. American is proud to be the 2nd largest for-profit employer in the region, with more than 8,600 team members in the Philadelphia area, including flight attendants, pilots, customer operations, customer care, maintenance technicians, and more. Our maintenance hangars alone employ 618 team members, and of course, the majority of those are FAA-licensed aviation maintenance technicians. But as Ethan is going to show you here shortly, those numbers don't account for the thousands of indirect jobs, those people that are employed because of the sheer passenger volume each year passing through as part of that connection factory. And next, our presence at Philly massively benefits the local population from a leisure standpoint. The metropolitan area of Philadelphia on its own can't support secondary markets like Copenhagen or Nice. It's because we have chosen to route thousands of people through the airport each year that Philadelphians have unique and nonstop access to these markets that they would not otherwise have when they decide to take that hard-earned vacation. American is proud to serve all 50 states, well, 49 of them anyway, by airplane. Delaware used to be the answer to the trivia question, what is the only state in the country that doesn't have scheduled passenger service from an airline? But the innovation of the landline company has allowed us to add service to the first state, albeit by bus. Landline gives customers a tarmac-to-tarmac experience connecting in Philadelphia via bus. The service allows passengers to clear security at the first airport, board a luxury motor coach at one of the departure gates, and arrive at a secure gate in Terminal F. Customers will then disembark at the gate without having to re-clear security and walk to their next gate to continue on to their connecting flight. Together, Philadelphia and American have created this construct where tens of millions of travelers pass through each year. And while many of them come to Philadelphia to visit the Liberty Bell or Independence Hall or maybe to catch a game, many of these travelers, as I've said, never step foot outside the airport. And my core message to you today is that you need to understand and care deeply about these connecting passengers. More people passing through your airport, perhaps grabbing a cheese stick or doing a bit of shopping in the B and C connector on a long layover, does provide an incredible economic benefit for the airport. The equation is a simple one. More foot traffic at the airport results in more jobs, more revenue, more connections, and a better economy. So when we talk internally about where we want to invest in our connection factories and grow our network, we talk about that symbiotic relationship that's necessary for its success. What's good for American is good for Philadelphia, and what's good for Philadelphia is good for American. And I can say confidently today that American and Philadelphia are going to keep growing together. One of the keys to preserving and growing our connection factories is to ensure that we keep operating costs as low as possible. As we continue to build and expand our comprehensive global network to take customers where they want to go, we're committed to ensuring that Philadelphia is a key player in that network expansion. With the addition of 15 daily nonstop flights to 14 European destinations this last summer, we proudly operated our largest transatlantic schedule from Philadelphia since 2019, since before the pandemic. That was our largest European expansion in many years, and we grew PHL more than we grew any other hub in our system. By adding that new nonstop service to Europe, the flights to places like Copenhagen and Naples and Nice, in tandem with the increased service to more than 70 domestic destinations from Philadelphia, American offered convenient one-stop access for customers across the country to Europe. And that cost competitiveness that I talked about earlier is what allows us to drive that traffic here and keep it from going to other East Coast gateways. And maintaining that cost advantage is the key to ensuring that Philadelphia remains successful. Of course, it's important to us that an increase in flights, destinations, and passengers to and through Philadelphia comes with the infrastructure investments needed to take care of those customers. As Atif has mentioned, American had already approved a significant capital investment at PHL with almost $2 billion in improvements yet to be developed. Our joint efforts are focused on near and long-term projects at the airport that will be realized over the next few years and will bring improvements to our operation and enhance the customer experience. And while not every infrastructure improvement is as alluring as shiny new check-ins, restroom upgrades, yes, like the mayor said, we think restrooms are exciting. I think restroom upgrades are even, I would say, sexy. Often the improvements that you can't see have just as big of an impact on the customer experience. So take, for example, the window, lighting, and HVAC replacements that are underway to allow for more energy efficiency, roof replacements, baggage system upgrades, things of that nature. And in that vein, we are making additional investments to our own operations in Philadelphia to ensure our reliability and improve the customer experience. We also recognize the need to upgrade aging terminal infrastructure, and we're in active discussions with the city on what an additional investment might look like. The airline industry is a low-margin business where small differences in costs can make a big impact on our ability to invest and grow. And we know that we will always have a seat at the table when it comes to future investments, including scope and cost, And for that, we are grateful to the airport and to its leaders. We think it's critical to the future success of our partnership that we maintain a sustainable cost structure that allows for the continued growth of our network in Philadelphia. So that was a lot of steak. Now I want to talk about a little sizzle. Let's talk for a minute about the future and what you're going to see here over the next couple of years. First, American is creating more space for customers to relax ahead of their travels with the opening of a new A-West flagship lounge, as well as an Admirals Club in 2025. This flagship lounge is only the 6th in our entire system, and we're building it here in recognition of Philly's place and status as our primary transatlantic gateway. Both of those new spaces are slated to be open before next summer's travel season. And speaking of next summer, we're thrilled to announce that in 2025, American is going to add 2 new dots to the map from Philadelphia. Are there any golfers in the house? Where are my golfers? Okay. So the first dot that we're going to add is to Edinburgh, Scotland, which will be the first time we've served Scotland since 2019, and also Milan, Italy. With the expansion in our schedule to Italy next year, our customers will have the most one-stop itineraries from across the United States to experience Italy's rich history and cuisine. And we are also bringing back the flights we launched in 2024, summer of 2024, to Copenhagen, Naples, and Nice. And there's great news on the domestic side as well. Earlier this year, we announced 3 new routes from PHL to Omaha, Nebraska, Des Moines, Iowa, and Fayetteville, Bentonville, Arkansas. The bottom line is this: next summer, American's customers will be able to connect through PHL from more than 80 cities across the United States to 17 transatlantic destinations. We're thrilled that American is Philadelphia's hometown airline. We're also committed to being a partner in the community. We're committed to these partnerships, including our involvement with the Kimmel Center for the Performing Arts, the Manna Food Center, and the Travis Manion Foundation. We also have American team members on the board or council at the African American Chamber, British American Business Council, Greater Philadelphia Chamber of Commerce, Pennsylvania Chamber of Business, and the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. And we haven't even talked about football yet. As the official airline of the Eagles, we gave Fly Eagles Fly a whole new meaning by offering a special flight for Eagles fans to fly nonstop from Philly to Sao Paulo for the season opener. And let me just say thank you very much for beating the Packers. This exclusive flight marked the first time that American offered direct service between Philly and South America. And we were proud to introduce Brazil to the passion of the Eagles fans. American also chartered the team's players to Sao Paulo, and we've been transporting the team since 2015. Now, I'd like to thank all of our team members in Philly who work day in and day out to make the travel experience seamless and enjoyable for our customers. The customer care agents, the aircraft maintenance technicians, flight attendants, pilots, people who are truly the heart and soul of our airline. We have 130,000 team members across our operation who are taking care of customers every day, and we take great pride in helping them grow. We want American to be the #1 place to work, where the opportunity to advance and build a career is limitless. And I want to give you one example of that. Lakshman Amaranayaka. Lakshman is here. Lakshman, could you please stand up? This is a good guy for you to know right here. Lakshman runs Philadelphia Airport for us. Lakshman, I hope you brought a lot of business cards today. But 25 years ago, Lakshman piled into a car with his twin brother, with his aunt and his uncle, bound for North Texas, where they would interview for positions on a newly formed reservations team. They all landed jobs in a call center as reservations agents. Before long, Loxman transferred to LaGuardia Airport to become a customer service agent. For 2 years, he helped customers resolve issues, check bags, board flights, before taking on additional responsibilities as a customer service manager. He also shared in the collective grief of 9/11 while helping our operation recover and adapt to new security measures. Today, Loxman serves as one of the highest-ranking Black leaders in our company, and as I mentioned, he is our top leader in Philadelphia. And his key focus is on developing our frontline leadership team. He once noted that airlines tend to be laser-focused on operations and performance and adding new dots to the map, but we can't forget that our product is people. And he's right about that. American is a place where people matter the most. So whether it's our customers, team members, airport partners, caring for people on life's journey is underlined in everything that we do. We value our customers just as we value the input of our local elected officials, our airport partners, and the thousands of employees who take pride in getting you to your destination every time you fly with us. I don't need to remind anybody here, and it's been said already, and it's going to be noted here in a moment again by Atif, but 2026 is an important year in Philadelphia. It's the nation's 250th anniversary, and it's also American's 100th anniversary. We're excited to continue our partnership with the city, with the airport, with the Department of Aviation during that time, with civic leaders and elected officials, and do everything that we can to ensure that our partnership flourishes for years to come. As Philadelphia's hometown carrier, we stand ready to work alongside our partners here today with all of you to make certain that the upcoming 2026 events and anniversary milestones are as memorable to the city as the past nearly 80 years of our partnership has been to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nate. I enjoyed hearing about your long history. American Airlines' commitment to growth of Philadelphia and alignment with guest experiences, all those things are amazing to hear about. We're happy for our strong partnership and look forward to future growth together. Now, let's take a moment to recap the remarkable achievements and milestones we have reached. As highlighted in our video, 2023 was an incredibly busy year for us, a pace that has continued in 2024. We project to be pre-pandemic activity levels by the end of 2025, and we are soaring towards that goal. Air service and passenger volumes continue to climb with the restart and introduction of domestic and international routes, as Nate mentioned. Philadelphia welcomed approximately 14.6 million passengers in the first half of this year, an increase of 10.6%. International passengers increased by 7%. This summer, we welcome new international destinations from American Airlines, as mentioned earlier, providing non-stop service to some of the most popular European vacation spots, Copenhagen, Nice, and Naples. We're thrilled they're coming back next year, along with the two new routes that Nate talked about, Edinburgh and Milan. We now have more than 120 non-stop destinations, and interest in air service activity among our existing airlines and potential new partners is higher than ever. American Airlines is a major part of this expansion. They brought Eagles fans, as Nate mentioned, to Brazil on a special flight for the opening game in Sao Paulo. And new service to Barbados and Costa Rica represents inroads for us into the Caribbean and Central American markets. Additionally, we are looking forward to welcoming 2 new American Airlines lounges in Terminal A West, as Nate mentioned. We are serving our metro region in new ways in an innovative partnership between American Airlines, Landline, TSA, and our regional airports. American Airlines passengers can now check in Allentown, Atlantic City, Scranton, and next month, Wilmington, Delaware, and clear security at their local airport. They then board a luxury motor coach that takes them directly into our terminals at Philadelphia International Airport. making it even more convenient for passengers to choose travel through Philadelphia. Philadelphia International Airport is served by many major US carriers. This provides options for a diverse range of passengers traveling for business, wanting to visit family and friends, or interested in exploring new destinations. When Frontier arrived in Philadelphia almost 20 years ago, it started with only 3 daily departures to 2 destinations. It is now our second largest airline and provides low-cost air travel to nearly 30 destinations. Our PHL food and shops program is also thriving with exciting array of retailers, restaurants, and services. There are currently 150 open locations with several more in development. That includes many local favorites, one of which, Bud in Maryland, was named one of the top 7 airport restaurants in the country by Best Life magazine and among top 10 by US News and World Report. This year, we welcome Rip Curl, a new Express Spa, another La Colombe Coffee, and more hometown favorites like Sabrina's Cafe and Alexa Coffee. Yeah, we're excited about that too. Yeah. We are also excited to announce that a new Chase Sapphire Lounge will be coming soon between Terminal D and E. Expanding the pipeline of diversity remains a focus. In 2023, PHL supported $130 million in awards and receipts to disadvantaged businesses, enterprises. We surpassed our goal for participation in the city's Economic Opportunity Program and Airport Concessions Disadvantaged Business Program, as referenced as ACDBE. We are aware of the challenges new businesses face, understand and meet aviation requirements. Our team tackles this head-on with capacity-building programs like PHL ACDBE Academy, which helps firms learn everything they need to know to enter the concessions program. And our Change Your Altitude workshops help firms understand how to both bid and contract for construction work or become one of our vendors. Next month, we are inviting more than 400 firms to attend our annual Business Opportunity Forum in conjunction with Minority Enterprise Development Week. Our commitment to environment, social responsibility, and governance, or ESG, is very strong. We are among the first airport systems to formally publish an ESG report in 2021, and will complete our 3rd one this fall. This report elevates these initiatives and helps us to track progress year over year towards these goals. This report is requested by financial institutions and bondholders and helps us tell our story of sound management. Further showing that our finances are in order, over the past year, our bond ratings have been upgraded by Standard & Poor's by 2 notches, and just last month, Fitch upgraded us to A+. Folks, airports are many things to their communities, and I respectfully submit to you that the significance that an airport system plays as an economic engine to the communities it serves is by far the biggest element. I mentioned the tremendous comeback and growth we've experienced the past several years that translates to a larger impact on the regional economy. I would now like to introduce you to Ethan Connor-Ross, Executive Vice President and Principal at eConsult. Ethan is going to reveal for the first time with all of you here today the findings of a new economic impact study of our airports conducted by his team. We wanted to quantify where we are in this new post-pandemic environment. Please help me welcome Ethan.
Thank you, Atif. It's great to be here and great to be a part of this wonderful event. Before I dive into the numbers, I just wanted to give people a sense of how we even get our arms around what are all the economic impacts of an airport on a regional economy. So we've organized the study into 3 tiers, starting with on airfield activity and radiating outward to the entire region. So the Tier 1 benefits come from aviation operations, all the jobs that Nate referenced associated with moving passengers every day and the capital investments that are needed to keep systems ready and make that happen. Tier 2 benefits come from industries at or near the airport that provide support services or benefit from the logistical advantages of the airport. So some of those serve passenger demand. There's nearly 80,000 people a day headed through the airport, and industries like retail, hospitality, ground transportation, and parking are serving that demand. and then others are taking advantage of the logistical location and the airspace. So cargo, general aviation, aviation manufacturing, and office and commercial sectors fall into that category. And then finally, Tier 3 impacts are really throughout the region, the broad regional implications of this air service. So, of course, the all-important tourism economy with 2026 on the way, and then also residents and businesses that can achieve time and cost savings from the connections through PHL. So we add up all these tiers for 2023 and have found an annual impact from PHL and PNE of $18.7 billion in the regional economy, supporting 102,000 jobs with $6.1 billion in earnings. This activity really touches on all aspects of the economy, and it's also important to understand the ways that it's equitably distributed. There are nearly 17,000 badged workers at the airport on a daily basis. 64% of those are minority. And Atif just referenced the diverse contracting and retail opportunities and the intentionality with which the airport treats that. These numbers really represent a new baseline and a kind of a reset in the post-COVID world. They're expected to grow as passenger volumes grow, particularly with passenger traffic already up 10% in the first half of the year. The effects are also shared regionally because of the nature of the activity. Tourism and resident benefits by nature circulate throughout the region. But even in the case of the on-site impacts happening largely in Philadelphia and Delaware counties, there are spillover effects from that activity. So suppliers throughout the region support businesses that work at the airport, and then employees live throughout the region, and they recirculate their paychecks in the form of household spending on groceries, on housing, on healthcare, and a range of services. The slide shows the breakdown by county. You add it all up, it's $16.4 billion of impact within the 5 counties in Pennsylvania, an additional $1.3 billion in New Jersey, $825 million in Delaware, and $84 million in Maryland. And then finally, from a fiscal standpoint, the airport system's owned by the city of Philadelphia, and as the mayor said, it is financially self-sustaining from the revenues and fees it generates and receives no local tax dollars. But the economic activity it generates is occurring largely within the private sector and therefore does generate lots of tax dollars to state and local government. So on an annual basis in 2023, more than $400 million in state sales, income, and business taxes, including more than $350 million for Pennsylvania, nearly $120 million for the city of Philadelphia in wage, sales, and business tax revenue, and then $7 million for local municipalities in Delaware County from earned income tax alone. So in total, $547 million annually in taxes, and again, that number is expected to grow as passenger volumes grow. So the report is available online. It's out today. We're really excited for folks to give it a look. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ethan. It's helpful to have your team's in-depth research and to see the full impact of our airports that they deliver in our community. $6.1 billion in earnings, $18.7 billion in economic impact, and over 102,000 jobs supported. It is important that we continue to grow this economic engine and increase economic opportunities for everyone, which takes us to Renew. We're fulfilling our mission of proudly connecting Philadelphia to the world. We are focused on capital projects and improving our infrastructure. We are focused on people, building our workforce, and creating a culture and community within our airports. With all eyes on Philadelphia in 2026, Philadelphia International Airport and Northeast Philadelphia Airport will be the front door to the world. To that end, we are focused on enhancing our airport system, ensuring that we are ready to meet the momentum. We continue to renew our existing airport infrastructure and focus on providing stellar guest experience. We have more than $500 million specifically slated for 2026 for landside, terminal, and airside improvements at Philadelphia International Airport and Northeast Philadelphia Airport. Let me start with restrooms. They are most utilized part of our airports. We have data. In Terminal A West alone, some 12,000 passengers came through each day this past summer. They all use restrooms. We have accelerated our restroom renovation program to modernize our existing restrooms and construct 2 new sets to improve quality and comfort. We are adding companion care rooms, gender-neutral facilities, service animal relief areas, and lactation suites for nursing. Smart technology will help us and our teams to monitor bathroom supplies and gather guest feedback. This program is supported by $39.9 million in federal bipartisan infrastructure law funding. We continue to ramp up staffing and training and deploying new high-tech technology methods to improve customer experience. We are also focused on other passengers areas as we prepare to host the world for all practical matters. We're refreshing our gate hold room areas with new seating and carpet, and inspecting our terminals for opportunities to refresh flooring and other customer-facing elements. We are updating the most dated exterior parts of our airport outside Terminal D, and we will enhance the departure roadway with new landscaping and wayfinding. Finally, improvements to our airfield are also really crucial with the airport operations and the ability to support increased service. We are embracing technology so people can have a better journey at each step. Guests can plan their meals and pre-order food from select restaurants using Order at PHL app to pick up at the counter. Coming this fall, with the new Park PHL program, guests will be able to pre-book and pay for parking online to speed up entry and exit. We're launching the economy lot this fall and plan to expand to the garages early next year. We're also excited to launch Park PHL valet service this fall. Passengers will be able to pull right up to the curb, drop off their car, and leave their keys with an attendant. Inside our terminals, we have collaborated with U.S. Customs and Border Protection to expand the use of facial biometric equipment for a secure, touchless departure process for international travelers. And knowing how stressful traveling can be, we're bringing peace of mind by displaying parking and security wait times on our website and security wait times on digital displays near TSA checkpoints. Philadelphia is a city of first, and Philadelphia International Airport continues this tradition with new ways of thinking and collaboration. In partnership with the TSA, we introduced Wingmate Pass that allows guests without a ticket to assist traveling family and friend or welcome arriving passengers at the gate, including those with disabilities and minors. Wingmate Pass holders can enjoy exclusive deals at Philadelphia International Airport restaurants, bars, and shops, and access our award-winning art exhibitions. The program's extensive national coverage, including CNN and Good Morning America, has enhanced PHL's brand reputation. There is something far more important than technology. That is human factor. A great experience starts with great service, and that is something that every stakeholder and employee at the airport plays a part in. Our Guest Experience Stakeholder Council brings together representatives across the airport community, including airlines, transportation providers, merchants, and federal agencies, just to name a few. Together, we launched PHL Works, a new customer service program. We are engaging and training 16,000 badge employees in the behaviors and standards we expect everyone who works at the airport to deliver. We're building a new culture and a community that is focused on elevating the airport experience. That means welcoming guests, taking ownership, being respectful, being knowledgeable, and seeking to connect by being kind and available to everybody. This past spring, we showed passengers and the region how we can come together. WrestleMania 40 was Philadelphia's first major event targeting a global audience post-pandemic. Partnering with WWE and our friends at Philadelphia Convention and Visitors Bureau, we welcome visitors and engaged airport employees throughout week-long event. In preparation for 2026, we are planning more events, exhibits, airport activations, and pop-ups with our concession program and local tourism partners. We're also mindful of our need to serve every passenger, including those with special needs. Philadelphia International Airport has renewed its commitment to the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Lanyard program to create a fully accessible and welcoming experience for all. Our popular Wagging Tails Brigade just celebrated 5 years at the airport, providing passengers support and comfort. As we prepare to host more and more international travelers, in partnership with the city, we are utilizing global phone technology. This technology assists with translation at our information counters. Additionally, we're engaging employees to be global ambassadors with I Speak pins that share what language they speak. Our efforts for inclusion and diversity have been recognized recently by FAA and Airport Minority Advisory Council. That brings me to Northeast Philadelphia Airport, which last year became the third busiest airport in the Commonwealth behind Pittsburgh International Airport. It is home to 4 flight school, a maintenance technical school, all vital to the future of aviation industry. It is home to the North American headquarters and manufacturing center for Leonardo helicopters with more than 600 employees. We have big plans in store for Northeast Philadelphia Airport. We will soon break ground on a new administration building and recently selected a new fixed-base operator to expand services. As mentioned earlier, we are building an organization that is prepared for the future. Over the past 2 years, we have evaluated our organizational structure to ensure that our airport system is following industry best practices. The creation of appointments of Chief Commercial Officer, Chief Information Security Officer, Chief Development Officer, Chief Strategy Officer, put in place last year, aligned with that effort. We also launched a strategic planning process that will be critical as we prepare for the monumental events coming in Philadelphia. We have 4 focus areas: improve conditions of current facilities, elevate airport experience, enhance business opportunities, and build for the future. I hope that what I've shared with you demonstrates that we're bringing new ideas and new thinking to the way we operate our airports. We look forward to our continued partnership with all of you to reimagine what's next on this journey. So far, our conversation has focused on passenger activities. However, as the mayor mentioned, an important component of a commercial airport's operation also includes cargo. A study conducted in 2017 revealed that less than 10% of air cargo generated in our catchment area went through our airport, and the remaining 90% was trucked to competing airports. Since then, we have taken steps to reduce this gap by planning infrastructure needed to deliver those services. Let's take a look.
PHL has launched the most ambitious cargo service infrastructure development plan of any airport in the eastern United States. More than 1 million square feet of cargo handling facilities, a 300% expansion, equivalent to more than 17 football fields, and an additional 5 million square feet of airfield, with up to 20 additional parking positions for wide-body aircraft. Our planned Northeast airside expansion will create a 70,000 square foot aircraft support facility with direct airfield access for increased operational efficiency. The Northwest Cargo Facility will feature a state-of-the-art 150,000 square foot cargo terminal. This cargo facility will feature a cool port for pharma and perishable handling. The site also features a 520,000 square foot aircraft parking ramp with 5 aircraft parking positions completed in 2023. The West Cargo Terminal will increase cargo and plane capacity dramatically. With over 1 million square feet of air cargo facilities and more than 5 million square feet of airfield additions and improvements. The $1.2 billion investment in this expansion will include 20 additional aircraft parking positions. The 261,000 square foot East Cargo Facility will encompass an additional state-of-the-art 241,000 square foot cool port logistics center. This climate-controlled cargo facility will accommodate a range of goods with cooler and frozen temperature zones. That creates best-in-class capacity for storage of everything from time-sensitive pharma, life sciences, and perishables to specialized cargo and more.
The impact of the new construction alone anticipated for these projects is $2.5 billion, and it will support approximately 6,000 jobs in the future. Going back to the critical nature of guest experience at the airports, I would like to share some of the successes that we've had over the past year. Cirium recognized us as number 8 airport for on-time performance in the world and 5th in the US. MarketWatch listed us as number 5 best airport for layover. Planetware recognized us as number 4 airport for security wait times. US News and World Report ranked us as number 8 airport for dining. Family Vacation Guide ranked us as number 4 most family-friendly airport. Motherhood Loves Community recognized us as number 2 best kid-friendly airport. And we recently received an award from FAA for our Title VI program, and another one for inclusion and diversity from Airport Minority Advisory Council for our restrooms. Our airports were the first in Pennsylvania to achieve Airport Carbon Accreditation, a global standard that recognizes efforts to reduce carbon emissions. Thanks to the hard work of our sustainability team, we recently elevated PHL to level 3 rating, and P&E moved up to level 2 rating. We continue to convert our fleet to electric vehicles and add charging stations for staffs and guests. Thanks to FAA's Airport Terminal Program, PHL has received $35 million in bipartisan infrastructure funding to improve energy efficiency, aging infrastructure, and carbon emissions throughout our terminals. Philadelphia International Airport is one of only 12 airports in the United States and the first infrastructure project in Pennsylvania to be awarded an Envision Award by the Institute of Sustainable Infrastructure. Which brings me to some not so good news. As we were planning this event, we were mindful of the fact that annual reporting for J.D. Power surveys will be coming out. It happened today. As in previous year, despite our successes and recognitions I just went over, we did not do well in that survey. As acknowledged by J.D. Power themselves, the primary reason is the overall age of our infrastructure. Our newest terminal is over 20 years old, others nearly 50, and some even older. As mentioned earlier, our airline partners have committed close to an additional $1 billion to enhance our existing facilities and as we prepare for 2026 and beyond. For now, these enhancements remain our primary focus. However, we're closely working with airline partners on a plan of action for future facilities that has to be delivered at a competitive cost structure to ensure ongoing air service growth at PHL. Here is how we are reimagining our airport for the future. Philadelphia International Airport continues to work with Airlines on this long-term master plan. We are embarking on an airport enhancement initiative, a strategic framework that will lay out airport improvements and enhancements designed to meet passenger expectation and operational requirements through 2040. This initiative is key to building a global gateway that connects our region to the world. This process will take some time. Meanwhile, we remain committed to improving our overall passenger experience throughout the various programs and enhancements that I've shared with you. Next year, we will celebrate Philadelphia International Airport's 85th birthday and Northeast Philadelphia Airport's 80th birthday in June of 2025. As we celebrate these milestones, we will look toward the future, just as our predecessors did all those years ago. We know our business partners and employees are committed to our mutual success. There has never been a more exciting time for our airports that includes a shared vision for progress. I want to end by thanking all employees throughout the airport community one last time. They really are an amazing team focused on delivering outstanding guest experience. With all that, thank you all once again for your time today. Let's go on this journey together to Destination Future. Thank you.